So today I'm going to take you with me and show you how I work on free market commissions. Usually I'm a digital artist, but there are 3 people who wanted to get something drawn from me. So one is a puppy, one is Harley Quinn from the DC universe, and the third one is just a follower who wanted to be drawn as Ultra Instinct Gohan. Since this is also a very new experience to me, I recorded every single step, made updates every single day, and just reported back to you, so I hope you will have fun watching this. Let's get right into it and start with the puppy. So as always, I started with a few thumbnail sketches. Thumbnail sketches are great because they allow me to just experiment and try different versions of the same artwork without having to make huge sketches every time. Once I'm happy with a sketch, or sometimes I would even let the client decide depending on how they want it to be. Often they have a pretty good idea already, and once we like it, I make a big sketch, which in this case wasn't that hard, and once the sketch is done, I put it into a light table. The light table is pretty cool, and you've seen it in other videos, because it allows me to make a very refined and nice artwork without having eraser lines everywhere. And I also get to keep the sketch, which is a nice reminder for me if I ever want to go back, because all of these artworks have already been shipped out to the clients and to the people who ordered them, and I still get to keep the sketch, and it reminds me of the artwork, and it's quite nice to have. After that, I take the markers out. In this case, it's I think also the very cheap markers, which I use very often. And this dog was probably the easiest of all of them because it didn't have so many colors compared to the other ones. So I started with it. It was very easy, or fairly easy compared to the other ones, but I have never drawn a dog like this with markers, so it was a very new experience for me too. And yeah, it was, for the background, it was fairly easy as well. You will see that I just made the shadow of the dog in blue and kept it white because I knew how the surroundings were going to look like, where it's going to be hanging. I hope you liked it, but let's hear what I had to say when I finished the artwork and came back to it the next day. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. It's the second day now. I finished this little puppy yesterday. I think it turned out quite cool and quite cute. And I have 2 more to finish, or I have 2 more to do today, and I think they should not be a problem, but I'm kind of leaning towards only doing the sketches today, because both of them are probably going to be a little bit more complex, and I would like to experiment a little bit more before I just start and finish a sketch. So yeah, guys, I will bring you along. Let's see how far I can get. Maybe I will finish them tomorrow, maybe I will finish them today. I kind of think I will do it tomorrow because I have other things to do and I would like to spend a little bit more time on the sketch. If you were thinking about getting your own, after seeing this, there's a link in the description. There are a few more places left. If you're quick, you might get one of these and be in the second part of this video maybe. And you can watch me and listen about the process. I will hopefully be able to ship these out next week, so they should have them by the end of next week, hopefully. But I will keep recording with this and you will be up to date. And by the way, guys, if you're interested in these hoodies, it says Tommy Art. It's kind of a Japanese design that I did. There's 2 designs right now, but there will be coming more. It's supposed to be only a design for me because I want to wear that stuff. But the people on my Discord told me that they totally want them too, so they're up for public, so everyone who wants it can get it. I earn pretty much nothing from it, but if you guys want to represent my art out there, feel free to get one by the link in the description or here. Thank you guys for watching. Let's really get started on the sketches now, because otherwise it will never get finished. Peace! Oh boy, so here we are, the 2 artworks that I feared the most, Harley Quinn and the UI artwork. I started with the sketches for Harley Quinn that day, but since I still waited for the feedback of the client, I decided to do the Ultra Instinct one first and just go for it. The pose was already decided from the client. I pretty much knew everything, so there were not so many thumbnails, there was just one to see if it would work. And the final sketch I zoomed out a little bit more so the legs would be more visible. And what was very important to me is that the client would see himself in this, so he wouldn't see like a random guy, he would definitely know that this is him. And in the end, he said that he really liked it, so I guess I was successful. And if he liked it, I'm very happy myself, and I usually don't complain. And yeah, the hardest part here was picking the right colors. I usually work digitally, as you know, and with digital art, you can manipulate things afterwards a lot and fix colors and fix proportions and stuff. Here it was very different. I had to pick colors. I had to pick colors very carefully, and I did so more than I usually would, and I think it turned out great. I picked colors that would reflect the purplish bluish aura, because the shadows had to be more on the purplish bluish side. Also the highlights would have to be, and I think it paid off, because I definitely didn't want to fix things afterwards, because I arguably wouldn't just ruin it, and definitely had no intention of fixing it afterwards, and thankfully I didn't even have to. So I'm very happy with the choice of colors, also how the aura turned out. There was a lot of blending involved, but in the end I think it turned out great. But the Tom that will come and tell you the update for the second day at the beginning of the third day will tell you a little bit more about that. But overall, I can already tell you that I'm quite happy with how this turned out. If you want a portal like this yourself in a different form or whatever, you can still check out the link in the description. I'm definitely open to doing more things like this now that I've tried it, but it's definitely a challenge, and I like myself a good challenge. Good morning everybody, it's day number 3, and yesterday I finished a few sketches, which some of them were good, some of them were not so good, and I finished this piece. Can you actually see it? So you should be able to see it right here. I'm actually quite happy with it. I've never drawn anything with Ultra Instinct with markers before. I was a little bit, I wouldn't say afraid, but I definitely had some healthy respect for it, because it's not as easy, and the aura was specifically what I was mostly afraid of or had respect of, because I wasn't sure I could pull it off. I've not done any research because I wanted this to be my style and I didn't want to copy anybody else's style. It looks really good. If you put it far away, it definitely looks like a printed out image, but you cannot compare a marker drawing with digital art. So in the end, I really like how it turned out. I'm quite tired, I just woke up, but I think I want to tackle the Harley Quinn artwork, which is the third one, and probably the one with a little bit more work, because I want to get things right, because it's a woman, and I'm not as good with female anatomy as I am with male anatomy, so yeah, this will be interesting. Same with the dog, and same with the Ultra Instinct drawing, so all 3 of them were fairly new to me. I rarely draw things like that, but it's actually also the positive thing. This is the reason why I even started selling these artworks. They're very cheap. Like 3 or 4 people have already contacted me and asked me if this was a mistake, because it cost only $15 to get something drawn by me. These full drawn artworks with backwards are a little bit more expensive, but in relative that's super cheap. But it will help me draw things that I usually wouldn't, and it's also nice to ship the art to the people, because I honestly have no use for so many marker drawings, and they just take up space, and most of them are in my basement anyways. So it's cool that somebody is getting a drawing done of themselves and they like it and they're happy with it and they can hang it on the wall, and at the same time I get practice, and for them it's not even that expensive. I haven't publicly announced this anywhere really. I think as soon as I post something to Instagram, more people will buy it, but I want to give you guys a chance to get a few for yourself, because you guys are the ones that watch my videos and that support me. You guys get the chance, and I think in a month or so I will post something and let's see how it goes. I should probably stop rambling, but I'm honestly just kind of hesitating to start with Harley Quinn because I don't want to mess it up. I'm in the same way looking forward to it as I'm kind of Not sure how it will turn out, but the thumbnails that I did already turned out quite well, and they are not super hard to draw in the bigger scale. So I'm just afraid of the face, to be honest. But yeah, voiceover Tom will explain more. I will get started with the drawing, and I hope you have fun. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed so far. Peace. Okay, so day 3 was probably the shortest of them all. I had some other things to do, but it was one of the more important days for me because I had to do the sketch for Harley Quinn. The sketch is very important here because I'm not so comfortable drawing female anatomy, and this was very, very feminine. And I spent a lot of time. This is very sped up, so you don't realize that, but I definitely did spend a lot of time fixing and changing lines and comparing it to some references. And yeah, in the end, the client, who was Carsten, a very cool guy who's been supporting me forever, it feels like, he wanted a slight change, which was definitely doable, and I think I've also managed to do the line work that day. But yeah, here it is on the light table. I was very precise. I didn't want to do too many lines because then she would look like very muscular. I tried to add shape by shading it later on, but I didn't manage to do that on the day 3 because I had to do other stuff, as I said. But yeah, she was very detailed, like the clothing had a lot of details. I put a lot of tattoos on her, at least the ones that were visible. And the other ones I hid somewhere else, you will see that on day 4. But yeah, I was fairly happy with the line work, but there was still a day 4 and I still had to color all that. Yeah, I was kind of scared to do it, but I think I managed to do quite well. What's up everyone, it's Monday, it's 7 PM right now, and I had a very long day. Pretty much worked all day and I had a quick workout session, but there's still an artwork that I need to finish, so yeah, I guess that's what I'll be doing the rest of the night, and hopefully I can finish it before bed. I figured since I'm already recording so much for this, then I might as well document the 4th day. In the end, they are not even that large artworks to finish, but as you can see, I only have so much time at once, so I have to split it up. That's usually how it works with my commissions. And it can be pretty exhausting sometimes, but it also gives me a fresh look at the artwork that I'm working on. So yeah, let's see where I left off yesterday. And yeah, I'll bring you along as always, and yeah, I better get started. Okay, this is day 4, and this was definitely the hardest day of them all because I was already very exhausted, but also I had to do the final artwork, which was definitely the hardest one of them all. I started with the areas that I knew that I could do well, like gold and leather parts. Then I turned to the hair and t-shirt. The hair was slightly more different because I had to blend the different colors, which I forgot she had, but it turned out quite well. Here it was more of a exploration thing. I wanted to do it quite realistic, but still keep it on the cartoony side and within my style. And I think it turned out quite well. I put some thicker lines there to emphasize some of the shapes and to make it stand out more, because I think, especially in the midsection, some lines blend together and you definitely didn't see more where the t-shirt ended and where the jacket started and those kind of things. Added some more cross-hatching so it looked like a comic book artwork. White highlights, as I do always, but here it was more precisely placed, so I could emphasize the shape a little bit more maybe. And yeah, I looked for a lot of reference for the background, didn't know what to do, but in the end I went for a very simple background, but then I added all of her tattoos and some references to her and also to the client. And yeah, I think it turned out great in the end. It definitely suited her, and this is probably the favorite artwork out of all of those 3. I was very rough, I was very tired that day, but I think I definitely pulled off something great there. Hope you liked it too. Let's see what Ultra Tom has to say. Today is Wednesday. I finished the artworks on Tuesday. So I finished the Harley Quinn artwork yesterday. So this is how much time I spent on each of the artworks. It was quite a lot of work. I packaged the artworks yesterday with the help of my girlfriend. Shout out to her. It wouldn't be possible without her. I even added a few goodies in there. I'm quite exhausted and I had a very rough week so far, but I'm glad this is done. I'm glad I recorded it, because a lot of times I would just post these things on Instagram, on the story. Maybe this gives you an idea. It's not digital work, which I usually do, but it's very similar. Like I work in the same kind of process, it's just a different medium. And maybe you got a little bit of an insight how commissions work. If you're interested in getting a commission yourself, maybe you even want an artwork like that, the link is in the description, check it out. If you want a digital artwork, make sure to write me as well, but I cannot promise that I can take so many digital commissions, as they usually take quite a lot more time, and I have a lot of commissions actually lined up, some bigger ones that are coming in the next weeks or months. So I might put off some digital commissions and I might decline it. Don't be mad at me if I do, but there's other people waiting, and those things have already been decided a few months ago. But you can get a marker artwork like these. I really hope you liked the video. If you did, like it and even subscribe, but definitely let me know if you want more of this type of videos. So I'm totally open to record other commissions, or maybe you even want a day in the life of a quarantined video game artist kind of video. I cannot show you the work, but I could show you how my day looks like. So if you're interested in that, leave a comment down below. I'm sorry if I look a little bit tired, exhausted or whatever. That's because I am. I'm kind of overworked. Lately I've had so much work to do and just kind of aligned that way that I even had to do these things. I'm not sure how and when I will edit this video, but I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I gotta get this thing done. I'm very thankful to every one of you who watched it. Please leave a like and subscribe if you care, and write a comment down below to feed the algorithm a little bit so the videos do a little bit better. And yeah guys, thank you for everything. Peace out.